We are ready to sample some of the nectar of the gods.
Let's get ready.
At least the nectar of the barbecue.
That's right.
Great TV starting up next.
Fire it up.
Sun is about ready to set here. We are coming to you from the birthplace of American barbecue, the low country of South Carolina. Jack Waybor, Mount Pleasant to be specific. Jack Waybor is here, three-time South Carolina state champion, also with CarolinaPitmasters.com, cooking school.
That's right.
I'm Bill West with BarbecueTricks.com.
Yep.
And we always
crack a beer.
Have a show that's one beer in length, get to talk some barbecue, and maybe share some tips along the way.
Cheers, brother.
Well, I've got a Blue Moon. What do you?
I'm drinking Ultra today. We're kind of waiting for the beer people to come back to us, Bill. So we're not really talking about the beer.
We need to go to the. There's a.
I'm drinking Amber today, Ultra Amber.
A local brewery that just opened up. We need to go.
We should.
There.
As a matter of fact, we should tell them that we do this great show and tell them we want to come down there and film like in their, what do they call it? They wouldn't call it a pit room. They'd call it a brew room or something. I'm sure. And we'll go down there and maybe they'll let us drink free beer and give us a cab ride home or something.
I bet they would.
That'd be nice.
I bet they would. What's that? We'd have quite a brouhaha.
A brouhaha. Good one, man. I'm good.
We get letters every week. Jack at GreatTV.com and Bill at GreatTV.com.
Yeah, what fun it is, too, to answer the letters. This is my favorite part of the show.
And actually, this one came back a while back, actually during the winter, but we finally getting around to it. Scott Smith writes in. He's actually in Utah, so it's a little cooler there.
Sure.
He's got a big cooker.
Big cooker.
But he doesn't think it holds heat very well. The metal of the body is kind of thin, and the smoking space is big. Do you have any tips for insulating a cooker so the heat stays consistent? These smokers here, they're pretty thin walled.
Yeah, they are thin walled, and I'll tell you, that's a great question, Steve, and I appreciate you sending it in. A lot of cookers these days are made with 12 and 14 gauge, 16 gauge metal, and they really don't have a lot of holding power like the big 1/4 inch metal does. You know, that a lot of the bigger, big metal, heavy metal cookers have, and even those cookers are difficult to operate, especially when the winter is on and there's cold weather or it's raining or whatever the conditions are. It's difficult to operate a cooker during those times. So yes, there are many things that you can do for insulation. I'm not sure whether the question was, do I want to build an insulated firebox? And that's a whole different thing. If all you're looking to do is hold heat in your cooker, there's a variety of methods. The cooker itself isn't going to get that hot. Unless you're, blazing the cooker up around, 400 or 500 degrees, which certainly isn't what we, the low and slow gurus and my group of people that I hang out with, certainly don't get the cookers all that hot. 275, 300 is really all we're doing. So you can use just about anything you want to use that has some heat, that can take some heat, low heat like that. I've seen guys use burlap. Get a big piece of burlap and fold it over 2 or 3 times and just lay it over on top of their cooker, and that helps hold the heat in.
Does burlap not burn?
It has good solid. It won't burn at a low temperature like that.
Yeah.
If
that'd be me. It'd be up in the flames in about 10 minutes.
You got to be careful, Bill. I'm not saying to wrap it around your firebox, but you can wrap it around your cooking chamber. Insulation certainly is one thing that would work well. Regular, you can
fiberglass?
you can use fiberglass insulation. Be careful. Make sure you get one that has a heat rating on it. You can get stove insulation, stuff that they put on the inside of stoves. It's readily available.
What's that?
Hot water heater wraps work. That's another thing that you can use. That's a great idea. So you can use an insulator. You can use a regular blanket, an old wool blanket. Wool is not flame resistant, but it certainly will be able to withstand 275 or 300 degree heat. It just won't burn. It's just not going to go poof on you. Our good buddy Seth Watari, he's the one that showed me he uses a burlap blanket on his cooker, and he does real well with it. All you're doing is adding. You're best off to fold it over a couple times because you want to add some air, and air is a good insulator. So when he folds his over, he's got a good thick, kind of 1/4 inch or maybe a little bigger piece that's laying on top of his cooker, and it's insulating, keeping the cold air from banging on the outside of that grill and robbing all your BTUs.
So even backyard cooks, or for you competing, if I had like a bullet going and we have a windy day, if you got a little driving wind,
sure.
So it's not a bad idea to try something like that.
Absolutely.
Because it will say it could at least make your cook time a little bit more predictable. Because if you get the wind cutting through just the right crack, you could mess yourself up.
One of my favorite tricks, and we should probably talk about this on a whole show on how to operate a bullet smoker, and you got 2 bullets over there, Bill, is to actually put the bullet inside of a 55-gallon drum. It's just big enough that you can put the bullet inside of a 55-gallon drum, and it will create a windscreen from getting into the bullet smokers.
And I have one.
And you have one, and we should show that one
day.
I
have one with a hole.
With a hole in it.
You can show that over there.
You could drop a bullet smoker right in one of those things, and it will insulate it. And if you throw a blanket over top of that, it'll work, and it'll keep the cold air out. So yes, you can insulate a smoker. All you got to do is think about it a little bit. There's 100 ways you can lay something on your cooking surface.
That's a good question.
A firebox is a whole different animal, and if specifically you want to know how to insulate a firebox, hit me with another letter, and we'll do it on another show.
All right. Our great plate. These are photos that you send in, and now everybody's got like a camera on your phone. I know you got the big Android phone.
Yeah, you know I do.
Just snap a picture of what you're grilling, or your grill,
Doesn't take long.
Or your dinner, whatever it is. We love to get them. A great plate today comes from Boston, and he writes, "So proud to submit a great plate. I'm a devotee and catch every episode.
Awesome.
Sometimes, and I love this, sometimes just listening while I drive.
Awesome.
Country-style pork ribs here with a honey barbecue sauce, artichoke with salt, pepper, and rosemary.
Yeah, that looks good.
The sauce is mayo, soy sauce, and Montreal steak seasoning, all done on hickory chunks.
That sounds good.
On a no-frills Weber in their home near Boston.
That's
Thanks.
excellent.
Appreciate your Boston-made great plate today. Send them our way, and it's real easy to do if you just go to greattv.com.
That's right.
And we have a link there. It just says submit a great plate.
Submit a great plate, and fill out the information if there's anything to fill out. Leave it up on the website and hit it. I monitor the Facebook page often, or you can just go ahead and attach it to your question or whatever you want to do. Send it to me or Bill at Jack or Bill at greattv.com, and we'll be happy to go ahead and put it on the pages for you. No problem at all.
We're going to drink up some of our secret ingredients
secret
in a
ingredient
minute.
time.
But before we let that tease,
Don't put the brakes on me all at one time.
let's get our gadget today.
I'm excited about the ingredient today.
No moving parts on the gadget.
That's kind of cool, Bill. I've never seen this before.
It's called a grill topper.
Put out by Oscar Ware.
I got to admit, I've had these for about 3 years, and
I don't know why you don't use them.
I still have them.
That's pretty awesome, though. It's a weenie rack, if you want to call it that. Put that on top of your grill and drop your wieners in the holes and the whatever you want to do here, and
it prevents hot dogs from falling into the grill.
From falling into the grill, and yeah, man, I like it.
Disposable 2-pack. Now, I had some different shapes of these, which I have used the other shapes because these are handy when you're just not sure if the grill, in a pinch, you can just put it on there and not worry about the cleanliness or the rust on whatever
your sit-up grill. We've talked about your sit-up grill before.
But this says, prevents hot dogs from falling on the grill. I've never really had that major problem, but who knows? It could be, and it's corrugated like that.
I think it's pretty cool. Made out of some kind of expanded metal of some sort.
And just disposable.
Thin gauge.
And actually, you'd be surprised how often just a little piece of something like this is useful, even on top of the coals.
Heck yeah, man.
So
I like
grill topper, the hot dogger, disposable 2-pack, our gadget this week. Now,
I like it.
Our Nectar of the Gods is, explain what...
It's the ingredient today.
Secret ingredient.
I had been through, we have been through, if it's been one, it's been 25 different things to add to a brine or a marinade or, something in a paste or whatever. And for some reason or another, I don't know why we haven't touched on it yet, but we've missed the nectars. So while I was, perusing the aisles at my local grocer, I picked up some nectar. And today's flavors are guava nectar and mango nectar. And I use these. There's a peach nectar, and I think there's an apple nectar. But anyway, I use these in place of juices. And they are really quite tasty.
In like marinades?
Marinades. I use them in brines. Nice for that. Let's try the guava first. Tony says nectars are like his favorite. So we're going to make sure Tony gets some.
Do you have to shake it?
Want to pass that around? I shook it.
Videographer Tony Coombs.
I shook it before I got
Hold
it.
his hand.
Mary. And Bill. And it's a nice sweet juice. You buy it. I buy this in the juice aisle, right down there with the cranberry juice and so forth. Tell me that's not tasty, huh? Wouldn't that be good in a brine?
It's a lot thicker than I thought.
That's guava.
That is nice.
I like it, and I think it would be good to if you want to boost up a smoothie or something like that. Man, that'd be kind of tasty, wouldn't it?
It almost has like a grit or something to it. Not grit, but I mean a texture to it. You can taste the pulp. Mm-hmm. What's guava?
Guava is a fruit in its own.
So you've used this as...
I've used this in injections like crazy. And this is mango. We're like doing the tasting here.
Thank you. Isn't mango more like peach?
It doesn't have the sour to it. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's not as...
It's kind of like an essence almost. I like it.
Yeah, it's not as sharp as like an orange juice or as sweet.
So I use these in a lot of things that I do, just to kind of give a different flavor or a different bump somewhere along the way. Good to mix up if you want to do a Mojo Creo or something like that, and you want to add some add the standard things that go with that. Great stuff to put in your injection because it's a little thicker.
A can like this?
Believe it or not, that was 38 cents, Bill.
Hispanic food market?
I got it. It's available in the Hispanic food market. I got it at my local big box discounter in the juice aisle. They also sell it in the Latino section. Jumex is a brand name. You can get it under a lot of different names, but you're looking for the nectars. The nectars are good. They're solid. It is 100%, as far as I know, guava juice, if you want to call it that. Good stuff.
Mango nectar, and then that's guava.
That's guava.
Mangoes are a natural source of vitamin A. Yeah, this is good, but it doesn't have the acidic qualities that you might actually want for.
You'll have to add the acidic.
Marinade.
You have to add the acidic quality. You can see if you bumped a little of that with a little bit of rice vinegar or a little bit of white vinegar, it would just tang it up a little bit. It would be just about right to use. You can use it as a sweetener in a sauce. There's just 100 different things you can do. The great Myron Mixon claims that he uses nothing but peach nectar as his injection. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. I've never used 100% peach nectar.
Well, what's the difference between nectar and juice?
That would be something that we'd have to do the research in and figure it out, because I kind of like it. It just says nectar from concentrate. Huh. Worldwide excellence in quality. Naturally free of saturated fat, trans fat, and cholesterol.
Nectar versus juice.
Nectar versus.
So you don't. Juice. You're saying you don't know?
I'm saying you got me stumped on that one. I knew you'd ask the question, and I didn't have time today to do the research. Darn it! You caught me, Bill.
I don't know if this has a good nectar v juice.
You know, I usually do my homework, and I'm prepared for that question, but today I'm not.
Yeah, we don't have a good introduction. We'll find out. But
we'll
the
find out.
nectar
Report back later. Good stuff.
Is something that is smoother.
It's very smooth. Got some consistency to it. I like nectars. I like to use them. I like to use them in my injections, like I said, in my brines. Interesting. Good stuff.
All right. I think that's it.
Is that it for today? We're getting ready to do the Beach Boogie and Barbecue in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. There's a big contest going up there at the end of the summer. Labor Day weekend is the conclusion. Are you going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
Are you cooking or are you emceeing?
I'll probably be judging.
Judging?
I'm not sure.
That's awesome. So we're going to have a good time in Myrtle Beach. Hey, if you get a chance, this is really cool. If you get a chance,
I'll be at the Calabash.
Bill and I will both be in Myrtle Beach. We will set up a great TV spot somewhere. If anybody wants to come by and say hello, we can maybe we can set something up, have a little meet and greet or something going on. I'm sure Mike will be thrilled. And
Is it smoke? It's smoke on the beach.
no, it's called Beach Boogie and Barbecue,
Okay.
and it's at the on Farrow Boulevard at the, I think they call it the Commons, Bill, out there at the old Air Force Base in Myrtle Beach. So if you get a chance, come by and see us. It's going to be a blast. And then right after that, we're going to turn around in the fall and go to Waycross, Georgia, and do the Best of the Best. And we've talked about that last year, about the Best of the Best. What a great contest that is.
You want to find out about cooking competition barbecue? There's lots of good websites. sbbqn.com
That's
is
right.
our new
Judging.
organization. But that's it for this week. We'll
Come
be
on
back next.
come on and enjoy yourself. Make sure that you buy local, think global, stay sustainable, and every chance you get, and hug your mama.